Hi, welcome to Kindred Spirit Readings. Let's begin. Scorpio, for those of you who have experienced the loss of a companion, things are not only questionable, which is the first thing that came up for me in regards to this, but you felt that it wasn't their time yet, which is, crazy when I think of how this is all put together, and I'll explain some more. If you're somebody who's dealing with endings, beginnings, you're going to find it very hard to cope. One of the first things I'm picking up is lack of sleep. You feel as though you're losing your way, but you're really, if I want to jump over to work and say you're at the height of your career. Steady but strong is the message that I pick up on. In terms of work, you've got a lot to learn, you've got a lot to be grateful for, and you've got a long way to go yet. So don't give up just yet. If there are some endings, surely enough, this is one of the hardest things you've ever had to deal with. I can't see anything other than it being confusion, especially if we're talking about the loss of an animal. That sort of showed up, and it's giving me a clear indication that this was something that went horribly wrong, and the message that came through is in the hands of others, however that translates. Now, I just want to jump over to love. You can expect there to be some loss in love, but where there's good company and you've got plenty of rest, you finally start to see the forest from the trees. Where there's plenty of rest, where there's plenty of time to recoup, you will find a way. There is something about this where I'm picking up on your heart, speaking volumes about the way that you present yourself to the world is what's happening here. You really have outdone yourself, and you keep shining. It's almost, I want to use the term diamond in the rough. It's been tough for you. It's been a tough road ahead. And if you are thinking of ways to better your career or better your future in general, I just feel that this is going to be something worthwhile for you. You've got a lot to look forward to. So it's never, a couple of bumps in the road, never a bad thing. For those of you hoping for a reunion, yes, it will come, absolutely. Will you enjoy their company? Something about them has changed, so I'm not going to say yes or no. Just wait it out. The difference is now compared to then is something has changed. You will not like who they have become, but there is a lot that can be said about the nature of your relationship with this person. There's a connection there, and it's lovely, regardless. But just wait it out. Let's talk about those of you who are having trouble with neighbors. So this is a bit of a tough one. This can be tricky because there is tension. I'm also seeing words, possibly not so much being exchanged, but it could be that this is a one-way conversation, if you will, if we can even call it that. What I'm picking up on here is we're referring to sun signs, astrologically speaking. If we are, in terms of astrology, this is Libra energy. Somebody is showing up as Libra, maybe Gemini, maybe Sagittarius. We're straight over to fire, but there is a lot of air. And there's a lot of anger, and there is, I just see time is ticking. Something is taking too much time in general. The message here is avoid at all costs. And if there's a way around this, it may be that a mediator gets involved. Otherwise, simply avoid it. So you can avoid that as well. There is so much that can be said about the other person's behavior. You're not at fault for anything, but I don't see them moving out anytime soon. So if there was sort of that, if you were hopeful that this would all end someday soon, probably not as soon as you would have hoped. If you were hoping to find love, I do feel that you have your eye on somebody. I do feel that there is somebody nearby. I want to say, look at the eighth day, so the number 8, and I'm referring to the 8th of June of this month. There's something rather significant here where I do see you sitting with a group of friends, a group of people, like-minded people that you can trust. You may be meeting somebody new that day around the same time. This is great communication, although there is a little nervousness, but the connection is what really stands out for me. It's the fact that you can't take your eyes off this person, which is where I saw that nervousness come in. Think carefully about your options when it comes to those of you who have just started a new job, taking on new opportunities. The chances of success, are really high. However, I'm not going to rule out the fact that there is loads of work to be done. You are going to be faced with a long road ahead. I'm picking up on travel. There may be travel. I'm not going to rule out the fact that this could be that you travel really far for work. For those of you in a relationship, this could be a hard pill to swallow. Something screams motivation to me. Very dedicated, very much in line with their energy. There is balance. The change that I'm seeing here is that if there's been something rather noticeable to you when it comes to the two of you being at opposite ends of the spectrum. You know, you could be you could be really in touch with one another 1 minute, and then the next you're just not certain as to where this is going. It could be that communication, that's the type of connection I'm seeing between the two of you isn't flowing as it normally does. A couple of things to consider here, especially if you were hoping for things to work out. I feel that there may be some negative influences coming in from extended family, people on the outside, people that you may not even be living with. Those are the types of influences I'm seeing. Thank you, Scorpio.